If I were to make a reference to St. Francis, I think the vast majority of people would think about St. Francis of Assisi, who lived in the late 12th and early 13th century. But there is another St. Francis who lived 400 years later. He was St. Francis de Sales. He was a prolific writer. I once worked with a priest who was a member of the religious order that Francis de Sales founded. And I swear in every homily he gave, he always quoted St. Francis, because there was a lot of material to choose from. Among his writings, I particularly like this saying: "The same everlasting Father who cares for you today will take care of you tomorrow and every day. Either he will shield you from suffering, or he will give you unfailing strength to bear it. Be at peace then, and put aside all anxious thoughts and imaginations." A sense of trust is present in the gospel that we just heard from the evangelist Mark. Here we have a story within a story, both dealing with healing and trusting in the Lord. First there's Jairus, an official of the synagogue. He comes and begs Jesus to come to his house and cure his dying daughter. And as the group starts moving towards the synagogue leader's house, we have another story of a woman who's been suffering for 12 years. And she says to herself, if I can only touch his cloak, I will be healed. And so she does, and Jesus feels this healing power go out from him. And once he sees the woman, he says to her, "Go, your faith has saved you." And at that point, some people from the official's house come and say, "No need to come, your daughter has died." And Jesus doesn't accept that. And he says to the official, which is really at the heart of our reflection this morning, "Do not be afraid, just have faith." Or in an earlier translation, which I really like better, Jesus is quoted as saying, "Fear is useless. What is needed is trust." What frightens you today? All of us have problems of one kind or another. Some serious, some not so serious. Are you a cancer patient? Fear is useless. What is needed is trust. Are you experiencing financial difficulties? Fear is useless. What is needed is trust. Is your life being turned upside down because of family problems and tensions? Fear is useless. What is needed is trust. Trust does not mean that we simply sit back and let God take care of everything. Remember what St. Augustine, or sometimes it's attributed to others, have said: "Pray as if everything depended upon God, and work as if everything depended on you." Of course, we need to seek out medical intervention when it's warranted. Maybe short-term counseling is what we need, or we need to seek out a financial advisor to help us get our life back in order. We all know that having faith does not mean that we are shielded from all difficulties and pain, but it does give us a different perspective. Hear again what Francis de Sales wrote: "The same everlasting Father who cares for you today will take care of you tomorrow and every day. Either he will shield you from suffering, or he will give you unfailing strength to bear it. Be at peace then, and put aside all anxious thoughts and imaginations."